We're in a Discord call. Apparently Discord is having some issues connecting our cameras for some reason. I'm gonna call right now with Madlove Inspirations. You can find her here on Kick. There's her link if you guys want to go support her and follow her. She's got 78 followers.
Alright, but let's get down to the questions.
Alright, Maddy. Here we are. I'll drag you over here a little bit so we can see you.
Hey, the killer breed. How are you? Okay. I guess we're just gonna have to deal with this like this, but we'll do it. Okay. So, Sonic.
Yes, Maddy.
I don't have my questions written down today, which is my downfall. I'll go in that.
Uh-oh. Well, that's okay. Do you have me pulled up? Or is everything okay for you?
I'm just gonna wing it.
We're just gonna wing it? Okay.
Because I literally did not prepare
Wing it.
them.
No hot sauce.
What you talking about? I got hot sauce. Just in case.
Oh my god, no hot sauce for me.
No hot sauce for you, but I got hot sauce for me just in case.
Aw. Let's go.
Yeah, it looks good on your end. Okay. Anyways, back to the questions.
Okay. To the questions.
So, okay. Well, this is a question I ask everybody. But, who are you and how do I know you?
Who am I and how do you know me? Well, my name's Sonic/X. I stream over here on Kick. And, let's see. I believe.
Remember, I told you it can be as expensive as you want.
Yeah, I believe Riz Daddy 1090 was doing a 24-hour stream. And we met in his chat. And, you were awesome enough to be modding for him and stopped by his chat. And then, you came over into my channel. We started talking a little bit, and then we ended up supporting Riz throughout that whole 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
Once we met.
Oh, yeah.
And that was awesome.
Sure.
You know, we got to talk a lot. We got, you know, a lot of good vibes in together, a lot of good Fortnite games in together. And, you know, we got to know each other on a personal level and developed a good friendship from there. And
now, I don't know if that's the exact wording I use usually, but that's basically the question is, who are you and what do you mean to me? Like that kind of thing. Like what do you do? Who are you? That kind of question.
oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
basically
we stream.
get to know the opposite person of the stream. Get to know the opposite individual. So yes, we have Sonic here, who also has a podcast with Riz Daddy and Oceans. As you just saw earlier, Oceans is helping us with some technical difficulties. So yes,
Thank you, Maddy.
that is also from their own point out.
Yes, I'm a variety streamer over here on Kick. I play a little bit of everything from Fortnite to COD to StarCraft 2 to Diablo 4 to World of Warcraft. I also like games like Among Us and Fall Guys or anything that's fun, you know, anything that's cool and that's happening. And if it wasn't for Madlove Inspirations here, I wouldn't have gotten to play Sea of Thieves or known how to sail the great seas and bring out the inner pirate. Trying to conquer everything. And she's definitely been showing me the ropes and keeping me on the right track in that game. A lot of fun. A lot of good times together, Maddie.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun, for sure. So, my next question usually is, did you know anything about stiff person syndrome when you met?
No, I had no idea like what it was or anything about it until we started talking, and then you brought it to my attention that it's something that you have, and then you started telling me about some of the effects and hardships that it has on you on a day-by-day basis, where sometimes there's some days where it's a lot more difficult to deal with than others, and some of the effects of it can be have a great hold on you and your daily routine and just things you can do day by day.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to know some of the ins and outs of that
Even
through
more
our
personally
friendship.
even more personally than most people do. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um.
And that's what we're here to talk about today.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're here to talk about. And if you guys don't know, or are new, the reason why I created this idea was actually my mom. My mom, I wanted her to feel not alone, even though she is alone. I wanted her to feel not alone, and that she had people that knew of me and that knew, were my friends or whatever have you, and that she would feel more accepted, to knowing that other people still carried some kind of feeling of dealing with the issues that I deal with, on a more personal level, by being my friend, because it does affect not just the family but my social life with my friends and the day-to-day activities. I mean, you guys have seen I've had to cancel on this exact interview 3 times, I think, because of my disability.
Oh yeah, this is the 3rd time we've tried for the interview, and it's happened. And then of course Discord acts up.
And I'm not afraid to admit that, but I mean, it's just part of what happens. But I wanted my mom to know she was not alone, and that was the main point that I started making this project out of. But anyways, going on from the questions, probably the next most common question I ask is,
well, do we want to talk about stiff person syndrome a little bit, like what it is?
You know what? I'm glad that you even asked that.
Or would you like me to try to tell you what I know about it, and then you can top it off?
Top it off with some sugar on top and cherries and sprinkles?
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Hit me with it.
Okay.
Hit me what you think stiff person syndrome is. Hit the expert with it. Come on.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, my knowledge is so like little and minute about this, so like I'm gonna tell you a little of what I know. I mean, I just looked up what I could, but I know that it's a very rare disease. It's 1 in a million, and it affects your nervous system, I believe, and it causes your muscles to tense up and lock up and become stiff, sometimes in different areas than others. And it causes you all sorts of problems, and it can even cause problems in your respiratory system. You can have trouble breathing, which, you know, I find is, you know, that's got to be something really hard to deal with. And yeah, I know there's some days, like I said, where it doesn't affect you more than others, but sometimes there's some days where, you know, you almost can't even move when it's affecting your entire body. And
Oh, absolutely.
of course that, you know, has an effect on you, and it has an effect on those around you, because I mean, it's hard for you to do anything for yourself when your muscles are locked up and you can't move. And I can't imagine how hard that is to deal with when that happens.
No, yeah. So you pretty much kind of hit everything, kind of like the bullet points, I would say. But I would also say that it's 1 in 1 million worldwide. We're not just talking about the US, guys. We're talking about worldwide.
Yeah.
And one of the complications is it can affect your respiratory system, but not all people will it affect your respiratory system. So everybody is different who gets stiff person syndrome. Some people it's just in their legs, others it's in their arms. And it's a narrow movement autoimmune disease. So it affects my immune system, and it affects my ability to move, and it causes rigidity and spasticity, not just stiffness. So it can basically cause full locking spasms to the point that I'm like screaming. And yeah,
It's got to be very difficult to deal with, and I can't imagine how painful it is for you sometimes when those triggers happen.
yeah.
And I think that's
And
another
it
thing
is
you
true.
need to
It is
reiterate
trigger.
is that, you
It's
know,
trigger based, and it's also random. So
yeah,
like my triggers are different than other people's. Like I have a trigger to cold sensitivity and vibrations, but other people don't have that. And then I have which what normally everybody has, which is loud noises, emotions, and touch. Everybody's really very frightened by that stuff as a person with stiff person syndrome. So it is hard to even play video games, guys,
yeah,
for me. Which is why this interview is kind of hard, because if you guys don't see, like I'm holding up my trunk right now and my back, and so everything's getting really tight right now. But that's what I gotta do to make this happen.
yeah. And it's something, stiff person syndrome is something that you can develop. It's not necessarily something you're affected with when you're born. And I think that was probably one of the most difficult things that you had while dealing with this, was the diagnosis of even knowing what it was in the first place.
Yeah, I would
Because it's
agree.
such a rare disease that I think you were misdiagnosed. Or you told me
probably more than I would appreciate for many years. I mean,
yeah,
it was 5 years of misdiagnosis, and then 6 years of full diagnosis.
that's and that had to be so tough, you know, with people not knowing what happened or what was going on. They couldn't truly get to the bottom of what was affecting you. Alright guys, we're waiting to reconnect with Madlove here. She's been having some connection issues tonight for some reason. And Discord doesn't want to work for us for some reason too. That's crazy too. There's an artist that I like that went through similar issues with my misdiagnosis and stuff. Oh wow, that's sad, Jesse. Yeah, it's tough. You know, it's got to be really tough on, you know, whoever's going through something hard to, you know, seek treatment and then think that they're gonna get better, and then it doesn't. And it sucks if there's, you know, side effects. Some of the side effects can be worse than, you know, what's going on sometimes. And it's, you know, it sucks, but, you know, our medical field has gotten a lot better, you know, everywhere. Medicine has gotten a lot better, but, you know, there's still, you know, misdiagnosis is out there and the unknown, and, you know, especially when it comes to a rare disease like stiff person syndrome. Like Maddy said, it's 1 in a million worldwide, and it's, you know, very rare, and, you know, people don't know what they're dealing with when they first see it. Uberman man, he was told he was just crazy and needed nothing but mental health, but ended up having Lyme disease. Oh dang, that's crazy. I think I heard about that. Check my phone. What's up, Riz? How you doing, my man? Let's go, Riz. Let's hear for Riz Daddy. He's in the hot dog costume. Everybody follow my man Riz Daddy. He's having trouble right now multi-streaming. He's live right now on Twitch if you guys want to check him out. Riz Daddy 1090. That is his kick link. If you guys want to check him out. He's awesome.
Okay, back to business though. Okay.
Back to business. Yes, we were talking about stiff person syndrome.
I'm gonna keep an eye on your chat too, just in case people have questions, or you can relay questions to me.
Let's go. Thank you, Uberman man. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out in the chat. We're talking with Madlove Inspiration. We are talking about SPS, stiff person syndrome, raising a little awareness about this rare disease that, you know, affects her on a day-by-day basis. And we were talking about some of the misdiagnoses that you're going through, you know, with this being such a rare disease and nobody really knowing about it. You actually went through years of misdiagnosis, which is
5 years. Yeah, so most of my
crazy.
adult life was spent dealing with that. So that was from 18 till I was 23, because I was diagnosed on September 14th, 2018. I know the exact date, exact year, everything. What were some of the common misdiagnoses you encountered in case someone had similar symptoms? Some of the common misdiagnoses I had were multiple sclerosis. Even though I was young enough to still have it. So that was one of the more common ones that I came across.
What age were you when you first started experiencing symptoms?
I was 18.
18.
it could have been earlier even, but I was 18. Yeah, I was 18.
Wow. So,
It's not high on the differential. It's very, very similar. And so when you go on the differential diagnosis of MS versus this, it's pretty common to see people get uh, that misdiagnosis.
wow.
And thank you for Woody with the rate of 3. I appreciate you. Oh gosh.
So did you have to go and see some sort of specialist, or like who were the ones that finally figured out that you had stiff person syndrome? Like, what was the?
Okay, I'm sorry, but who's interviewing who?
Oh, sorry. I was just spouting random questions.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're fine.
Something comes to mind.
You're fine. You're fine. I I hold on one second. I'm sorry. I got a raid come in. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for you, Maddie.
Um.
Well, if we need to take a second, give your rate a shout out.
Yeah, I did. I did. I did. Thank you, Raiders. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Jersey. Appreciate you coming in. Okay, so a neurologist was the final one that did it. I
Okay.
was actually at the hospital when I finally got my diagnosis.
Yeah.
But I had gone through probably about 5 or 6 neurologists in my area at the time. So
Wow. So you already went through multiple
yeah,
neurologists before you found one that actually was able to properly diagnose you.
correct. There's only one blood test that you can do on the syndrome to know if someone has it. And you have to look for certain antibodies. Oh, no. Jesse, I encourage questions.
No, she just wanted to grill me and
Yeah, I just had to grill him.
let me remind me
Yeah.
that she's in charge of the interview.
Well, I still got questions. I still got questions for Sonic, but anybody in chat can ask questions. I'm sorry, I should have made that very clear. Anybody can ask questions. I'm open to questions, guys. But I just had to point out who was the one interviewing who here. You know, had to give him a hard time. I had to give him a hard time. What do you expect?
Always.
No. I mean, I enjoy
No.
medicine too, and I enjoy talking about this. So definitely keep asking questions. But yes, so it was a neurologist. I had probably been through 4 or 5 neurologists by that time.
Wow.
I would say, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Was there anything like different about the neurologist that finally diagnosed you? Were they like a specialist in a certain field, or?
Funny enough, they didn't have, I don't think, any specialties in like neural movement or anything. But the ER doctor had already like ruled out Guillain-Barré syndrome.
Yeah.
and
So,
the transition of care was what really put it over. Was the transition was very this
yeah,
patient does not have this, she does not have this, she does not have this. What the heck is this?
right.
Because I was literally crying that visit, crying my eyes out and saying, like, help me to help myself, guys. I'm done. Like, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna end up
Just,
right back here at the hospital that night. Like, I literally just, I broke down and I cried. And I said, here's what's gonna happen. You guys are gonna send me home and I'm gonna come back literally doing the same thing over. Because I can't move my legs. I cannot move my legs right now. I cannot care for myself like this. I am only 23 years old and I have nothing. Yeah. How is the prognosis and treatment options for such a rare disorder? Um, so
very good question, Jesse.
yeah, that's a very good question actually. The 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 prognosis and treatment options are they depend on a lot of different factors, um, like insurance, um, the ability for the patient to get connected to the items available for treatment. Um, Prognosis depends on the actual disorder, obviously. For me, my prognosis is, I say fair. That's what my nursing report always says. And I like to be very positive and think fair and think that it is a likable outcome. But when I was diagnosed at 23, they said give it 10 years and you'll have a cure. I'm almost 29 and there's no cure on the horizon. So I'm going to give it another 15 years at least. We've been dealing with stiff person syndrome since 1965 was the first case study. And so if you go back in the logs, there has not been a patient registry until relatively recently. Are they starting to develop a patient registry for pharmacology and the interior bank of people signing up to understand things. So for things like that, treatment options and prognosis, you really have to look at not only the patient, but also what is available to them. We're looking at a worldwide sample group for stiff person syndrome, reaching the borders from Egypt to, if you go into my Twitch chat and do !SPS map, you'll see we have patients in Egypt, we have patients in Africa, we have patients in Australia, Ireland, UK, all over the globe. And not everyone is in the United States where you can get drugs that will help. I have already attempted a very experimental drug that my insurance will not approve, but I walked 300 feet and I did very well on that drug. But now I'm dealing with hepatitis B because of it. It's very wishy-washy. You know, you have to kind of take everything in strides. Is SPS a hereditary thing, or is it literally just random, or are there plotonormal symptoms to look out for? It's a lottery ticket. That's how I like to describe it. It's acquired, it's random, and there are conditions that are called like that go with it. Like type 1 diabetes will go with it in patients, but a word for it, I know the medical term for it, but basically that will go with it. I'll
Yeah.
use layman. That will go with it. B12
It's
deficiency
fine.
will, different things like that will go with it. But we don't have a lot of, but it is just random. It's acquired.
Yeah. What were some of the symptoms like early on?
Like had a lot of pains you would think that are normal, like, oh, I'm just having back pain, or oh, I'm just having a cramp, like,
Hmm.
you know, like things that like you don't really think of, like.
Yeah.
So like when I talk to people, I just say like, know your body, know yourself. If something's wrong, like definitely keep an eye on it. Because, and like when I talk to parents, I say, know your kids. If they say something's wrong and it's hurting them, it's hurting them. Because 1 to 2% of patients will be pediatrics with my disease. And that's like a big number of 1 in 1 million worldwide when you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
So you can be born with this. Basically. So if you have another autoimmune disorder, can it cause some issues and maybe like exacerbate it and it lead to it? Not that I'm aware of, like lead to it, but it can definitely, if you have another autoimmune disease, exacerbate your condition itself. Like there's certain people that have like Ehlers-Danlos syndrome or multiple sclerosis or like vertigo or different things or type 1 diabetes that does exacerbate their stiff person syndrome when they do have it. I mean, even an infection for me and I'll be in an attack pretty badly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that sucks that, you know, you had to deal with that. And then, you know, I think that's important to make a point that it's important to get, you know, multiple diagnosis from different doctors when you're going through something hard and it seems like you can't have things figured out. You know, the more doctors.
I mean, I just didn't know. I was scared. I felt alone,
Of
and
course.
I didn't want to give up a fight.
And
I had to. I had nothing else I could do. I could only keep fighting. I could only fight for my family, and for what I could do to defend my life and defend my preservation of my bones and my body and everything.
yeah.
Okay. We're gonna take a break from questions from chat for a minute, okay?
Okay.
I got a question
Yeah.
for you.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get back on track.
We'll keep an eye on chat, guys. I got you guys pulled up. I got my chat and Sonic's chat pulled up. Crazy how more people turn up for Sonic than they do Riz. Who would have thought? Thank you guys for coming out. Anyways,
Thank you guys.
I do have. Well, we will keep an eye on questions. I promise. I promise I'll answer any questions you guys have.
Yes. Any questions in chat are very much appreciated.
Or in my chat, anybody questions?
Yes. Or Madlove's chat. He is live right now on Kick. You guys
on TTV, not on Kick.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's not working. I don't know why.
Oh, I have you pulled up on Kick.
Is it working on Kick?
Yeah.
Well, holy shit. Okay.
Okay, yes. There's Madlove's link if you guys want to stop into her chat.
Okay. Maybe I'll get my affiliate today then. I don't know.
Woo! We got
Get
Madlove. We got Uber Medman in the chat.
All right. Anyways, so then I guess you keep on questions on that side, and I'll just yeah. Okay. Anyways. All right. Question for you, Sonic. Your next question. It's a very important question.
Okay.
How did you react? Like, what was like one of your first reactions when I've had like a severe attack?
Just a lot of care and concern. Like I just like I know a little bit of, you know, what was going on, but you know, it was very yeah, it was well, I remember you going into the hospital, and even though you've been diagnosed with this before, it seemed like they didn't know how to properly handle someone that, and it was a little frustrating. But yeah, it was scary, and you know, I was hoping that everything was okay for you and that, you know, you were getting the proper treatment that you needed. And that was my biggest fear and my biggest concern, was that you were getting the treatment that you needed and everybody was, you know.
Yeah, and I think you brought up some valuable points that my mom would bring up right now, or that my family would bring up, and that when I circle back to that, that like your fears at that time of like, will she get proper treatment? Will they understand her? Because obviously, like
Yeah.
like those fears, a lot of people deal with those, and not many are valued and understood in that way, and they can be like detrimental sometimes.
Yeah.
The fear is sometimes more greater than the actual like diagnosis part for the family, is the actual fear of it going wrong.
Yeah. Because yeah, I mean, you had, you know, trouble breathing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
and I was
believe.
having problems in my legs. I was having problems in my arms. Like, of course, I couldn't tell you guys, but like the doctors knew.
Yeah.
Like, because I could get pen and paper and type and write and do all that, but it's difficult, you know, and
Yeah. Very much so.
that's I mean, I'm going back to like a throat doctor in a little while to tell him that I'm having more spasms in my throat and I'm having to be intubated because I can't just keep going like this. Yo, Alpha. But I can't like keep circulating that track of like not having
Yeah.
a proper.
Yeah. Because they weren't giving you like your proper pain medications for you to be able to deal with some of these, you know, bad
Yeah, and
muscle spasms that you were having, and it was causing you to get worse because you weren't getting.
yeah, and the thing is that with the medication I'm on, because it is a benzo and it is a muscle relaxant, you have to titrate it so much that like you can't really overdose the patient, and you don't want to underdose them. And if you do, they can get um, tolerant. And at this point, I'm becoming tolerant, and so now I have to increase my medication to a point where I can actually deal with the diagnosis and deal with the symptoms even on a bigger, larger scale, which is crazy. But it's difficult.
Jesse
Yeah.
asks, are your symptoms more located in your lower extremities or like diffuse throughout your body? So like, is there certain areas it affects more than others, or is it like mainly located?
Mine is pretty much diffused all over. I would say, but for most people, it affects their axial muscles and their legs.
Yeah,
But mine is pretty much all over my body, from my head to my toes. Like I'll just have contractures in my ankle, and it will be excruciating beyond comprehension. Or I'll have complete um, like tightness of my jaw that'll just cause excruciating pain that you can't bear.
that sucks.
Yeah.
Gotta be difficult to deal with sometimes. Gotta be difficult to even like think what to do.
That's why there's so many different like medical journals, Jesse, that say like, oh well, this person had this and they had stiff person syndrome. So there's a lot of medical journals that have like different case studies being done on different body parts because it affects so many different parts. So that's the good thing about research and development is the educational part of it. Am I still up on Kick or no?
Yeah,
'Cause I'm confused about that.
yeah,
That's
you're
weird.
live. Got you pulled
That's
up.
weird. It's
It
not
seems
showing
like,
me off on my
yeah,
end.
it seems like you're not lagging or anything. It seems like you're doing good, and it's just like when you get kicked off, like when you get kicked off of Discord and everything, like it's like everything. So
Okay.
I don't know. I guess it's
It's
the connection issue that you have.
it's showing me that I'm live. This is just showing me. Okay.
What do you think it was like for like your mom and sister while you were like going through these diagnoses?
My mom and my sisters. Oh my gosh. I think it is probably more heartbreaking than anything. But I don't know if it's more heartbreaking with them for me being diagnosed or me being undiagnosed, because
Yeah.
they went through the whole cycle. They went through the whole past 11 years, and they have watched their daughter, younger sister, older sister. I mean, my older sister practically raised my other sister and I, as well as my mom. And I think for them, because my mom's a little bit older. She adopted me and my sister. I think for them, they thought, oh, well, she's 21. She'll go back to college. She'll go back to school. We'll see her thrive again. We'll see, like, I kind of have seen the dripping away of hope over the years. And they've always said, you're the most faithful of our family. You've had to be faithful. You've had to be hopeful. You've had to help us be hopeful. But I think for my mom and my sisters, it's been very taxing, very emotional.
I can imagine.
Very, very awful for them.
Yeah. You said that there's no cure for stiff person syndrome, but there is things to help you with that.
And it's not just medications. I mean, they can be things like I do like heat therapy. I do aqua therapy. I tried counseling. I've tried my counselor just recently recommended aromatherapy. Different things. I use a lot of calming music. I use a lot of different ways to just calm down my body to dealing with the pain. But yeah, there is no cure.
Right.
And then there is immune treatments that we have to do. And that is...
And you said that...
Yeah, I do those every 2 weeks.
And you said that your body is like really sensitive to like hot and cold, or is it like difficult for you to find like a balance?
I'm very sensitive to cold, but I'm not sensitive to hot. So I just crank the heat in the room a lot, and people get annoyed by it, but I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna just ask you if there's like any like certain things that you can do for yourself that isn't that doesn't involve medication to help you with the things. Like I know you try to go do a lot of
hot packs. There's a lot of like self-talk. And hi Zach, how are you? There's a lot of like breathing exercises and things that we've done. Like you develop a toolkit over time. You also become more prepared as the years go on. You become more prepared.
Yeah.
With different things in your tool belt, if you will, of the tricks of the trade, if you will, of what you're gonna do. You learn to become more aware of your fatigueness, and your ability to maintain proper nutrition and development of your habits of breathing and cycling out your thoughts and not holding on to things and trying to let go. You kind of develop your own way of dealing with it, whatever that is for you.
Jesse asks, is there a main thing that you do to make your symptoms better, or is there anything that you do that can actually make them worse?
Oh, ow, 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 ow. That's what I do to make it worse. Watch video games, probably. That's one thing I do that makes it worse.
What?
Hello,
Oh, really?
Red, Ola, I don't know how to say that name. I'm sorry. Red Cloud X. I think I'll just say it like that.
There you go.
Um,
Red.
Red Cloud. Watching video games, yeah, that makes it worse. Also, I'd say taxing myself out, so my energy levels. That's definitely a big thing that I push myself way too hard. If any of you know me, you know I push myself way too hard.
Yes, it's.
And then I would say
But I think that's what makes you so strong. Is that
I would say
you always push
not
yourself.
controlling my breathing. I would say not controlling my breathing too. But yeah, and that is a positive thing too. Is I push myself really hard. So it kind of is a double win. And then what was the other part of his question? The first part? I didn't know the first part.
By the things that make your symptoms better or worse.
A better heat and heat is a big thing, and also
Does like stretching help at all, or is that?
Stretching can actually make it sometimes better, but sometimes worse. It just depends on the day, and is that joint going to relax? I also do calming music myself. So one of my bigger things is Mr. Rogers. I love Mr. Rogers, and that's one thing that he'll calm me down and isolate my muscles out really deeply, and I don't know why, but for some reason that will definitely isolate those muscles to calm it down, just the softness and all that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll put it really low on my phone and then I'll just stop. A lot of heat therapy though. A lot of heat therapy. And proximal distal pressure. Proximal distal pressure is a big thing too.
So you said that there's one in particular test that they had to do through blood work to determine that you had this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I did. Is just asking what that is?
No, I was just kind of coming back to it, and I was just gonna ask, like, is there like somebody that may be going through this in the future that could possibly hear this, that knows somebody, down the chain that's starting to experience symptoms like this? Like, what would you recommend them have done?
To be honest, I don't know what I could, because the symptoms are so variant that I can't give you a point A to point Z map.
Right.
Of like symptom to symptom to symptom to symptom.
Yeah.
Not even the literature or statistically can I. I can only tell you that from what I know, listen to your body, and that if the doctor orders a GAD-65 antibody test, just understand that they may be checking for a sick person's milk. And that's safe. You can always ask your doctors questions, and you can always educate yourself about what they're doing to your health. So ask questions to your doctors. Don't be afraid to ask questions. It's something that I'm after them myself.
Right.
Yes, Jesse, I'm looking at you. And you ask me questions. Over to you. but I probably won't because I'm not military. But yeah, but definitely ask questions, guys. It's more common I found in public service members and also in veterans as well. There's a big population of veterans and in public service people. So like people that are like nurses, doctors, healthcare workers, teachers, police officers. As you guys know, I was in EMS school, so I kind of fell into that branch as well. But that is something that I have found through my own like research and development, and also they did a study with the VA hospital, one of the VA hospitals that I studied.
Well, I think it's a important point to point out that I think it's pretty incredible that you're able to stream and like I was saying before, mod for other people's chat and you know do as much things as you do on a day-by-day basis and keep up with as much as you get yourself into.
Get myself into, yes, that's a key point there. Get myself into a lot of things.
Yes, you do. But I think it's very honorable and noble that you handle as much as you do, and you take everything in good stride, and you normally have a good energy about you, and you take things on with a smile on your face day by day. And I always love whenever you stop it in the chat and I see you and know that you're doing good and you're ready to game it up, and because I know not every day you can enjoy simple things, because when you're going through flare-ups, it's hard for you just to enjoy being able to press the buttons on the controller to get the games in with us.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm even feeling it like right now a little bit because I've been sitting up so long, so I'm kind of starting to lay back. But yeah. I had to, because I'm just starting to like getting into this interview and I love it. So I'm just like I'm here. Yeah. I'm here. I'm in it chat, and he's right. I put a smile on my face and I handle it and I love it, and I dig my toes in, and I love
I love to see you on the stream.
I love being
awesome
with
to
people.
Get the games in.
Get the games in and be who you are.
Yeah.
I don't believe that a diagnosis should define who I am. Like, my diagnosis should not define who I am or what I am, ever. And that's the big thing. Is positive mentality and like working through the doubt and fear that you have with the diagnosis, I think has been my biggest credit to time served, if you will. That it kind of actually answers one of my other questions, but I'll still ask you that question later on.
Okay.
Later on, I'll ask you that one. That one's my last question, usually. My last question I ask people.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you want to go play Fortnite with the boys, though, so.
Yeah, well,
I know that Jesse still has questions. I know he's probably got questions coming in like left and right. His brain's just trying to juggle them probably right now.
Oh yeah.
I can see it in his gears are probably shifting right now over there.
Yeah, we had some good questions earlier. I think we've went through a lot of points, and touched on a lot of good topics about it. You know, how it affected you, how it affected your family, the,
Yeah.
you know, the hardships of the misdiagnoses, and, you know, you just trying to find the right treatment in the first place, or just figure out, like you said, like what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
A
Hey,
big,
music.
a big thing I would say also though is, you know, friendships and family support are a big thing, and them understanding certain aspects of it. And that's kind of like why I created this, just so that my mom would know in some way that she's not alone. And I told her the last time I did this, and she didn't really understand it completely, but she felt less alone. I feel like, yeah.
Wow.
Which gives me a lot of hope. There's just a little initiative like this of just talking to somebody else about what I go through.
Yeah.
Is there one particular memory that you can recall in your life where maybe you had like a scrape on your knee, or like or something in your family went wrong, that you were just like, oh my gosh, like, could this actually be worse than what you expected?
Was I ever worried that something that was happening could end up worse?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all the time. Of course, you know, when you go through a dramatic experience or something happens, you're always concerned about the worst things first. And, you know, that's happened to me a few times where I've hit my head and, you know, had to go to the hospital and get some stitches before. You know, there's been a time where I knocked myself out on the playground when I was playing when I was younger. When I came through, you know, everybody was rushing me over to my mom. I didn't know what was going on, and, you know, I mean, there's a bunch of little kids on the playground at the time, and there's this one kid.
Yeah.
He's like, ew, this kid has red paint coming out of his head. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I need to get to my mom. I don't even know what happened, but apparently I'm bleeding from my head somehow. I was I was just like, oh no. But yeah, there's.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Yeah. I mean, you wonder, you know, am I gonna die? You know, there's like this one.
As a kid, you wonder everything.
Oh,
As a
yeah.
kid, you wonder everything. I mean, that's definitely.
Jesse says he can ask a ton of questions.
Okay, God. Okay. All right. Okay. What are your
Shoot.
questions? Shoot your questions, because I still have to ask questions to Sonic. So.
He
Ask
says,
him
"What's your
one final
question?
question.
What's your question for Jesse?"
My question for Jesse is did you learn anything today as a doctor? Or a person in the medical field? I don't know if you're actually a doctor. Sorry. If you are, I'm sorry. I feel bad about saying that. And again, who was I interviewing?
Were you able to hear that? Okay, Jesse. He was asking if you learned anything today from our interview. He said I 100% did. You can see just from what I was asking for.
I was for real looking into it again. I had before.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah.
It's refreshing. It's refreshing to see that. I'm very glad that you wanted to ask questions, even though like I was like chopping back at Sonic here. Gotta do it.
Yeah, it was great to see everybody involved.
Always appreciated that you guys want to be involved and ask questions.
Except for the hot dog man trying to steal me away.
You can if you want. Go ahead. Yeah, ask. You can ask more questions if you want them.
I love Riz.
You can push more questions if you like. I don't mind. Because I only have one final question for Sonic, honestly.
Oceans had the best question out of the day. Yes, he did. Did you see Ocean's question?
I did,
Yeah.
and I responded to it in your chat.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. What we as a community could do, or what any of us as a friend could do for you.
Yeah, that was a very valid point, and I'll just repeat the answer that I gave. Or I can't. Never mind. Can't go back up to it. But education. Aw, thank you.
Much love, Jesse. Hell yeah.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. Honestly, just understanding. And just being there. Just being there and understanding. Understanding when it's not possible for me to, you know, have you guys blaring loud in my head. You guys can get rowdy, and I love it. I love you guys. You can get so rowdy and loud, but
When
oh
I
my
start
gosh.
screaming.
I'm like, you guys, and just like, my own brain.
I try my best to be quiet for you.
Hey, there he is.
I do my best. I'm normally one of the more quiet ones.
You are, yeah. And I gotta turn you down though.
Yeah.
Mr. Uber Mid Man himself. What's up,
There
bro?
he is. Big guy. Nothing, man. Just hanging out. The wife's on our way home. Gonna make some dinner for her. Because I'm the stay-at-home. I'm stay-at-home wife.
Any live questions?
No. No way. I'm not doing it live. That's scary. I think I literally had the best questions out of everybody. I feel like.
You had a
Yeah.
lot of questions though, which
Well, it's because I think it's
awesome.
interesting and I like to learn about things. And I told you I had done research before, but
I think,
hearing it from you and letting other people hear it is important as well. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a
Yeah.
question.
Oh shit! Oh, I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
You're good.
What's the
like
question?
it seemed like there was like a limited amount of information on depression syndrome.
There
is.
Yeah. Not a lot of research, dude.
There is not a lot of research.
Is there a
or
certain like
development.
website that you would recommend for people to
Ooh,
visit?
That's a good question.
Ooh.
Hang on, I'll go to
Let's
the one I just looked up. Just had it up.
Because it just seemed like
Okay.
Google had a short little thing about it, and then like only a couple websites like really went into details
Johns Hopkins is pretty good.
about it.
Johns Hopkins is really good. Yes, Johns Hopkins is very
Oh
good.
my god, I have it up right now.
Yeah, Johns Hopkins is very good.
Any of the
about
big
any of the big
Let's go,
educational
Hunter. Let's go,
hospitals are
guys.
very good.
Great
About
to see you
explaining
here.
things better.
I just linked it, but I mean it's like it's a large
Yeah.
article and it's a lot of big words, so that's the only bad part is well, the good news is it says like what you should know as a person.
As a person, yeah.
And the
yes,
different
I'm not.
types, the different types of SPS is the other
Yes,
thing too, so.
yes. There's, so, as I was saying, different variants, different types. There's very different types. So like, Jesse, you asked, is it more diffuse
Go,
for me, or is it
guys.
more only in my limbs? It's diffuse. So I have like classic stiff band syndrome. I don't have it in one limb or like one part of my body. But yeah. Okay. And Sonic. Unless
Yes.
nobody else has any final questions or final words.
I'm getting out of the voice chat for this. Bye.
Uh-oh.
Damn, doesn't want to be on camera, doesn't want to be on voice.
Just like
Oh,
that.
God. Just like that, gone. Just out.
Quick
Peace
exit.
out. Peace out, okay.
Like a ninja throwing one of those smoke bombs. Bam.
Burn, don't. Peace out. Yeah, the question is, Sonic,
Yes.
what do you wish that others knew about me, Madlove, and Madison, that you know, but other people do not know?
Oh, that is a really good question.
Because I feel like some people don't always look. Some people always look on my disability, and they don't always look on me. And so that's why I asked this question, is because I want people to look more on people and not disability.
Oh,
That's why I
yeah.
asked it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you're a very sweet, kind-hearted person. I think you have a lot of hype about you when you are on stream, when you are gaming it up, when you are getting, your Sea of Thieves in or something that you're passionate about. I think
Yeah.
it's amazing that you're able to do everything that you're able to do. While dealing with stiff person syndrome, I think it's important to note that, you handle a lot of things. You model in a lot of channels. You're in a lot of different people's streams. And, you do a lot of things. And like I said, you always have a positive energy about you. And, you take everything on, the best that you can. You always put in, 110% effort in whatever you get yourself involved in. I know you've helped me in my stream a lot, from being a mod to helping me understand Discord when I literally knew nothing about it after not being in it for so long. And I think it's important to note that, when you are having these attacks and these difficulties, and you disappear for a day or two, or however long you need to recuperate from whatever you're going through, that everybody needs to stay supportive and keep in mind that you have these issues and these things that you deal with, especially if you line things up in a schedule, or you say that you're going to do something as a mod, and then these complications arise or things occur. I think it's important for people to keep in mind that you gotta have some leniency and some understanding that these things do happen with this disease, and you gotta help these, you gotta help them through it. And
I like
think
that
that's
you brought up the leniency. Leniency is a big thing. I like that you brought that up.
All right, I'm back.
yeah.
Hey, it's not just that too. It's just in life. You get like people have things that happen in their lives. It may be this diagnosis, which is, something that we're focusing on now, and it needs to be focused on because it's so rare. And it's awesome that you both are champions in that aspect of it, right? Yeah,
Oh,
but
thank you.
like
Yes.
the whole thing is like the community is like we're like I hope that you feel because everybody I've talked to just loves the shit out of Maddy. So like
Yeah.
we love you to death. So
Yeah.
please
It,
just like we just want to know what we can do to help you. And yes, education, which is what we tried to do a little bit more today, is a big thing. And I just love that you guys did that because like obviously I was here, I was typing away on you guys, but like I can't thank you enough for what you've done for Sonic. Not only Sonic, like all these guys, like dude, you have helped all these people substantially. So thank you for everything that you've done.
Yes, thank you.
And no, I don't know. Sorry, I was listening. Okay, I'm leaving again. Bye.
And aw, Jesse's awesome.
Thank
And
you,
yeah,
Jesse.
like Maddie's such a hard worker. Like I'm just gonna say this right now. She's such a hard worker and such a good mod and such just like a big-hearted person altogether. That even when she has these attacks, when she's going through the hospital, when she's literally going through hell and having to deal with these things that cause her an enormous amount of pain and stuff like that, she's always like telling me and asking me, like she's like, I hope people aren't worried about me, and like I need to do this for this person, and I was just like, Maddy, it's okay, like everybody understands, but that's just like how much she cares. She's over in the hospital suffering, and she's worried about everybody else. But
Literally.
that's the way she is. She's a hard worker, and I admire her a lot for that.
I care about people though too, and that's one of the biggest things I care. I care a lot, and if you don't see me caring, you've lost me. I
Yeah, we all care about you. We all are concerned about you. Especially when
yeah,
we
when those
know
things
what
happen
happened.
for sure. I mean, definitely when those things happen for sure. And I think Jesse, you bring up a good point. Like Justin, Oceans is saying, what can we do as a community for you? It wasn't more of a statement of a question, but more of a statement, like saying, we love you
Jesse.
and we want to help you.
Yeah.
What can we do for you? And I think, as I said, just understanding, just trying to understand more. That maybe that leniency, that I'm gonna have to turn you guys down a little bit every now and again. That some of my church friends, they have to understand that I can't always hug them. And there's these big like grandma ladies that love to hug me, and I can't always hug them.
Yeah.
But I love it. And it's just one of those things that, like, obviously we can't physically hug each other because we're across the country from each other, but
Yeah.
the sounds and just understanding that there's a big
Yeah, I'm always there for you as much as I can be.
opportunity, just to understand and to ask questions or just
And yeah, there's been times where you've always apologized for not coming into my stream, like, especially once you first became a mod. You're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't make this stream, and it's like, it's okay, Maddy, it's fine, I understand. That's why I always try to.
much, though. I think I apologize way too much, though.
Yeah.
That's something that I gotta work on. Is like apologizing, because like I shouldn't have to apologize, but I feel like I do. Because like I love you guys. I love everybody.
Much love, Jesse.
And that's
Much love, Oceans.
into your chat
Much
right now.
love, music, Hunter. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out.
Much love, everybody. Yeah.
And
Sure.
everybody, yes, we all love Madlove Inspirations. Everything that she does.
Thank you for
all the good vibes that she brings. And you are a very big inspiration for a lot of us. I know I can speak for myself. I'm pretty sure I can speak for Riz. He's reiterated it many times before while we're in Discord and in chat that, you know, it's amazing
Jesse.
everything that you do.
You have such, oh man, Jesse. I don't know if I like your compliment. I don't know if that's a compliment or what, but man, that's a big big thing for you to say. It is unfortunate, but you know what? I mean, I still plan on going back to school for EMS administration and trying to pull that out of the hat one and do it right. And I just saw this. That's a fucking compliment, man. Honestly, coming from you. And I get it. You guys are worried and you hear about me, and that's another thing is that, like,
Go talk that ish.
this is exactly why I started this movement kind of thing, was because of my mom. I wanted her to feel not alone, to feel not worried or scared that she was alone in her fight. I just realized it was Tuesday. Hi, Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Why'd you just
Sonic
realize it
doesn't
was
usually,
Tuesday?
Sonic doesn't usually stream on Tuesdays. I got him to stream though, guys.
Yeah, she got me into a surprise stream. Surprise Sonic Tuesday stream. Let's go.
Hi.
Yes. Oh my god, it's been absolutely amazing seeing everybody come in through and chat. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out. Yes, it's been a good segment here with me and Madlove Inspiration, even though we had technical difficulties with Discord.
Yes, technical difficulties are.
Even with this interview, this is the third time we've tried to do this. Unfortunately, the first couple times, you know,
I was sick.
Yeah, you were sick and you had difficulties with SPS. You know, you just.
I was in the hospital one time, yeah.
Yeah, he was in the hospital, and then, yeah, we finally
and then I
got to
couldn't
do
move
this.
my core at all. Couldn't move my core up at all. So my whole entire core, second time, my entire core was all the way stiff from basically my shoulders down to my toes. My entire body was stiff all the way to the edge of the bed, and I couldn't move anything. And other than texting on my phone, I was just like, it's not happening. It's not happening. Because I knew that I had to get the keyboard and everything set up and all the camera and everything.
And
I
I
just
told
did.
you.
Nope.
And she was so determined.
Not
She
happening.
wanted to do it. She was even telling me this morning. She's like, "I'll see how I feel later." And I was just like, "Maddie, it's okay. Like, we'll do it another time." But yes, I'm very glad we got to do this together, Maddie. And even though Discord, we even had troubles with Discord. Discord's not letting us link up our base cameras for some reason. But yes, this was a very good segment. I enjoyed talking to you very much about all this, and, you know, raising some awareness to people that, you know, about this rare disease and that it can happen.
And I definitely enjoyed having Jesse ask questions, and also having Oceans help us with the technical difficulties, having him come in and be our eyes to see if he could even do it. He couldn't do it.
And the importance
and just the importance of just our friendships that we have. I live by, you know, being happy and having the support of my friends, and
Yes.
honestly, and my friends and my friends and my family, and just and God, and a big thing with me for today was
That's really great.
more so you guys reiterating that you guys are here for me, and that
Yes.
and that you guys love me, and that you guys worry about me and care about me, maybe beyond
Yes,
my own
we all-
understanding.
We all do. Very much so.
And I appreciate that for sure. I know that long after my mom is gone, that I will be probably still dealing with this, but that I want to continue this because for my other family members to know they are not alone is sometimes more valuable than money, because the money can money can help, but to know that you're not alone is sometimes more valuable than anything.
Right. And I think
It's more valuable and precious than even gold or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's important to try to enjoy yourself, enjoy life as much as you can. Enjoy those around you. And I know it's been wonderful since we've established our friendship with each other.
For sure. And I definitely wouldn't trade it trade in the room. And I think that's why, like, when my friendships do go wrong, I fight like hard to get them back as well. Especially if they're worth fighting for.
Yeah. Oceans.
Oh God. The
Oh,
one day
God.
that I say it. The one day that I say it, okay?
Riz. Much love, guys. Thank you for being
The
here.
one day
Thank you
I
for
said
being
it.
in the
The one day
chat.
I said it. Oh
Let's
God.
go, everyone.
The one day that I said it. The one day that I said it. Oh my God.
Alright.
Alright. You know what? I got a final question actually for you. I got one more question.
Dad just got home. Oh,
I got one more
awesome.
question.
Tell him I said hi.
I got one more question for you.
Let's go, Hunter.
I got one more question for you.
Yes. Yes, Maddy. All yours.
What would you say to somebody else who is a friend of somebody else with you? Because I feel like you're a very sympathetic person and empathetic, but I feel like you might have some words of encouragement or wisdom to impart.
Yeah.
So hit me with your best shot.
I don't know. I guess, yeah, I would just say, you know, just, yeah, kind of like what I reiterated before is just have some patience, have some understanding, you know that, you know, somebody going through this on a day-to-day basis, you know, it's got to be hard and it's got to be a struggle, especially when things are flaring up, and you know, just try to be there for them as much as you can. Try to make sure they receive the proper care if things do go in the wrong direction.
All right. Well, I think
And yeah,
that comes to 7 questions.
just
I
be
think
there.
there's probably about 7 or 6. 7 or 6. I don't have my notes, guys. So I'm doing this blind.
Let's
okay?
go, Hunter. Bunch of dancing cats in the chat. Let's go.
I don't have my notes, guys. So I'm doing this like very
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Without notes.
This was all freestyle. This was all just off the top of me and Maddie's head, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. But oh man.
But I think it went great, Maddie. I think things went well. I think you know, we went over a lot of good points. You know.
Well, I know I got my questions answered that I usually ask, for sure. Usually the fifth or sixth one is usually the more personal one, so I just kind of went to more of a. I went easy on you, okay?
Yeah.
You said go easy. I went easy. But yeah.
Can you
I'll
carry
plead
me,
the
Daddy?
fifth on that one. I'll plead the fifth on that one. I went easy on that one. But I had a different one in mind, but I'll plead the fifth on that one. I did good easy. And yeah, I get to answer a bunch of questions from chat, and people got to, you know, say their piece about Maddy the
Thank you
Bird.
guys.
Care about you.
Thank you guys for being here. Yes, big round of applause for Maddy in the SPS segment. Let's go.
Guys, thank you. Appreciate it.
Much
Round
love,
of
guys.
applause.
Thank you all for
Around
being
the
here.
apple
I
stop.
really
Around the
appreciate you
apple
all.
stop. Thank you, Hunter. On it, come and
Yes,
save us.
yes. Much
Oh,
love,
God.
guys.